Welcome to AdventureSphere. This channel is dedicated to missing people who are missing with a vehicle. In the process of creating this database, we are creating a volunteer sonar search and recovery dive team to search for the people featured on our channel. Our services are free of charge. We ask you to consider subscribing, watch our content, and help spread awareness of our endeavor. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline can be reached by dialing 988 or 1-800-273-8255. Brion Gregory Dean, then 28, is missing from Elkton, Maryland. His last date of contact was Friday, March 1st, when he was supposedly heading to work and had not returned. His employer stated that he, quote, called out, unquote, on Friday. Brion drives a cream four-door 2001 Mitsubishi Galant with Delaware license plates 168033. The Elkton Police Department is investigating. They can be reached at 410-398-4200. Brion's case number is 1900712. There was a time period where 11 people had disappeared, and he was considered one of the 11. I think 3 have been found. I have to reread the article. He left work on the 1st at 4:30 a.m. I believe his home address at the time was 202 Landing Lane in Elkton. He had a previous address in Edenton, North Carolina, and one in Newark, Delaware. So if we can't find him in Elkton, it might be worth it to go investigate down in North Carolina and Delaware, if he had friends or family that he might have been going to see down there. He worked as an assembler for Builders First Source. The site that he worked at, I believe, has now closed. The weather that day, the high was 35 and the low was 29, so it's very possible he could have been driving on icy roads. There was a 1/4 inch of precipitation that day. The sun rose at 6:37 a.m. and it set at 5:55. So if he did in fact leave for work at 4:30 in the morning, he would have had 2 hours of darkness when he went missing. Let's see here. And then if any of his friends or family see this and could help us out with any of the questions, we'd really appreciate it. I'm wondering, you can get this from the police department, but what were the coordinates of his last cell phone ping? If we can find that, we should be able to narrow it down to about a 3-mile radius of where to find him. What his exact home and work addresses were in the places that he liked to frequent. Did he go to school at all? What was his schedule like in general? Did he put in any time off requests or resign from his job? Does he volunteer anywhere, go to church? What kind of hobbies does he have or groups that he goes to? Does he prefer to go out or stay home? Is he an early bird or a night owl? What are his favorite colors and his favorite homemade food recipe? 2 questions I know are kind of out there a little bit, but... And then, did he give any possessions away in the month or 2 before he disappeared? Does he prefer to drive on main roads or back roads? Let's see here. Were the license plate readers checked? That the police department or sheriff's office should be able to tell you. Did he put any calls into AAA, his mechanic, or insurance carrier in a day or 2 before he disappeared? Were there any items that he always carried or wore, a ring, a necklace, a multi-tool, or perhaps a gun or a knife? If he did, it would be really good to know that. So if we are able to locate his car underwater, that we search really well around the area of the car for anything that should be turned over to police so they don't get into the wrong hands. Was he conditioned to drive long distances? And then does he have any health issues such as diabetes, a seizure disorder, concussion, vision issues? And then what was the place of his last verified financial transaction? You should be able to see that on his bank statements, or if a bank might release it to you. I'm not sure about that part. Let's see here. So the places I'm going to mention next are shared with my blessing. So he can be reunited with his family regardless who higher powers work through. The description box has our email address if you'd like to share insight on any cold case, know someone missing with a vehicle and would like them featured on our channel and searched for, or to donate equipment. The video of Google Earth here has a measurement from our current best starting location and goes out to possible search areas. So he was last seen at home, so that's why we're staying and focusing primarily on Elkton. Let's see here. And then we go out to 5 miles. His work address, I want to say, was 6 miles, so I did look at some of the water in that area as well, just in case he was on his way to work and we didn't know about it, or work wasn't expecting him, or if it was just for the day that he had called out on Friday. So 5 miles last location. And then if an area has been heavily searched, we may expand the search area, but just please keep in mind that accidents tend to happen closer to home. So water in Elkton near Brion's home, there would have been Big Elk Creek, Little Elk Creek, the Elk River, and then there's Sunset Lake, Back Creek, and then there's water on Highway 276. It's a dirt road that runs parallel to 286, and there's water right there. It's a really nice looking pond. There's water on Walnut Lane behind the high school, Cow Pond, and then as you get closer to Northeast Maryland, there's water on there's the Northeast River. Then there's water on Shady Beach Road, water at Chesapeake Club Drive, and then there's a quarry, Martin Marietta Northeast Quarry. That might be very good to look at here. Right now it's on the screen for you. There's 3 little ponds right there along the bottom, 4 ponds perhaps. He could have gone back in there. So if you'd like to help Brion's family find him, please subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and ring the notification bell to receive progress reports. I'm going to let the video play out here a few more minutes so you can see the entire search area. If you see something I missed, please let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and remember that we love you.